wanted a new, domestically designed tank that would surpass any foreseeable North Korean threat. Furthermore, the South Koreans wanted to own all the technology so they could export it. The result was the K2 Black Panther. Development started in 1995 and cost $260 million. In the end, South Korea designed a tank that on paper appears to be at equal, if not better than, the specifications of current NATO tanks. To achieve this, the Koreans looked all over the world for inspiration, technology and know-how and combined it all into a formidable machine that is distinctively Korean. From Germany, South Korea developed its own version of the Rheinmetall 120mm L-55 gun, which is a full 1.3 meters longer than the 120mm L-44 caliber gun used on all Abrams tanks and older Leopard 2s. With a longer gun comes greater internal pressure, so the L-55 gun has superior muzzle velocity. From France, South Korea adopted its own version of the Leclerc autoloader. Shells are loaded from the back of the turret, via a machine gun-like belt, allowing it to fire 15 rounds a minute if rounds are continuously fired and not accounting for target acquisition, reacquisition and lasing. The tank's fire control system is a technology transfer from France's Thales, so it is likely again using some Leclerc technology. As an advanced fire control system, it is highly automated, so even Korea's conscript crews can learn it quickly. Once a target is acquired, the gun and turret can automatically track it without further human intervention. The K2 can also ford rivers up to 4.2 meters deep via a snorkel kit that doubles as a conning tower, something the Korean Army learned from the 35 T-80 it acquired from Russia back in the late 90s. Although the heart of a tank is its gun, the next most important component is its engine and transmission, collectively known as the power pack. For this, South Korea again looked to Germany and its excellent MTU 890 V12 diesel 1500 horsepower engine. Unfortunately, cracking that nut turned out to be much harder, and it took Seoul 7 years to finally reverse engineer an acceptable copy. The domestically designed engine has slightly worse acceleration versus the MTU 0 to 32 km per hour at nearly 8 seconds, up from 7 seconds. The first 100 K2s produced will have MTU engines and successive batches will sport Korean engines. Yet, despite the foreign influences, there are some original native innovations. The most noticeable is the tank's hydropneumatic suspension. Originally developed on the K1, an improved version allows the K2 to lower or raise its profile. Like a low-riding street car, it can kneel, sit or lean in any direction. This allows the tank to conceal itself using the ultimate hull-down positions, the holy grail of defensive tank tactics, where the tank's turret and cannon peeks out from behind elevated terrain which hides most of the tank from any enemies advancing against it. Next is the use of a millimeter band radar in conjunction with the K2's fire control system. Although South Korea didn't invent millimeter band radar, its integration and application of it is unique. Since mountainous terrain is uneven terrain, there is a danger of sudden bumps knocking out the aim of even a stabilized gun while the tank is on the move. The radar predicts uneven terrain and slightly delays the trigger. When the gun realigns with the target, it fires. In terms of armaments, the Black Panther has a range of standard heat and tungsten core sabot rounds, but in addition it has a unique round all its own. With lots of hills there are lots of little valleys for enemy tanks to hide in. When the K2 uses its suspension to sit, it can elevate its gun to a near mortar-like angle to indirectly fire a millimeter band radar-guided top attack round. Once fired, the round deploys a parachute, selects a target and shoots a molten projectile into the thin top of an enemy vehicle. Germany and Israel have similar rounds, but only for artillery because their tank guns cannot reach the necessary elevation angle. Called the Korean Smart Top Attack Munition, OXTAM, it can reach out and touch someone 8 kilometers away. In terms of armor, the K2 most likely has a classified composite blend. Clearly, that doesn't say much, but we do know that the front has been tested to withstand a close-range sabot shot from the K2 Zone L55.